So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Today in this session, we're going to update you with the latest and the best in technique and technology in the field of cataract surgery. I'm Dr. Naren Shetty, and being a cataract and refractive surgeon, one of the most common thing I keep doing on a daily basis is trying to find the perfect IOL. So let's look at the new IOL formulas to do so. Can everyone see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So when we look at the evolution of formulas, there has been 4 generations of IOL formulas, and now we are in the generation of the new IOL formulas. Whenever the word new IOL formula comes into picture, there are a series of questions which come into our head. First and foremost is what's wrong with the old formulas? When we use the the older IOL formulas, in terms of achieving plus or minus 0.5, the percentage is about 71 to 80%, which is kind of acceptable. But when we use the newer formulas, we can achieve plus or minus 0.5, 93% of the time, which is whenever we do or whenever it's easily achievable, you should not settle down for something that is just acceptable. Like Benjamin Franklin said, if better is possible, then good is not enough. This is one of the most used chart where you have the different formulas and which size of the eye suits it the best is given. But when we look at the IOL formulas, we have different categories where we have the ray tracing one, we have the artificial intelligence one, we have the multiple variable one, and the combined one. Let's look at the ray tracing one. The Olsen C, basically, you can predict the effective lens position using the C constant. A very important factor that needs to be fed into this formula is the lens thickness. The Fake Optics, again, is an online software where it uses the Olsen C constant. Not too much of literature, but I've heard it does a pretty good job. The one more retracing formula is Oculix. Its results are comparable to the third generation formulas like the SRK and Hoffer Q. And when we go to the next, which is more interesting, is the artificial intelligent one. The the first one is the Hill RBF. As you all know, the AI, one of the main thing of AI is it needs a large database. And one of the important thing or good thing about AI-based formulas is as the time goes, the accuracy of the formula keeps improving. The more the data, the better it becomes. Even we have the Clark's neural network, which is again on the regression platform, and it works on AI. And the main and the important one is the multiple variable one, where we have the Holiday 2. This works on 7 variable divergence formula, where we have the axial length, average keratometry, horizontal white to white, refraction, ACD, lens thickness, and age. Now you can access this online, and also one very nice feature, what it does is you can also personalize your IOL constant in the software. Coming to the most important and the most widely used one is the Barrett's Unisul 2 formula. This is a version-based formula, and this, no matter what kind of eye you have, it's like one formula which works for all. And we have the Barrett's True-K also, which is very useful in post-refractive and toric calculation. One of the most common mistakes what we do when we're trying to enter the values, especially online, is not selecting the right K index. So always look for the machine that you're using and make sure you choose the right K index and then go ahead with the entering of the other values. Coming to the combined type, we have SuperLADAS, where it brings all the formulas into one equation and gives you the appropriate IOL power. Now, if there's one formula which really you need to look forward, which could be the next big thing, is the Keynes formula. This has been doing really well and has almost equal results as Barrett's Unisul 2. And in fact, in some instances where there's irregular cornea or keratoconic eyes, it has performed slightly better. Now, the question is, enough of all these formulas. Can you just tell me one formula which works for all? I think we can just simply go ahead with right now with the Barrett's Unisul 2 formula. No matter what the eye, just simply go ahead with it. Maybe in just, in a few cases where you have irregular corneas or keratoconic eyes, you can also look at Kane formula and compare the two, and then you can select the IOL for that particular patient. So if I have to switch, how do I do it? First, make sure you update your knowledge, attend meetings, CMEs, go for all kind of discussions. Make sure you upgrade your device because the lens thickness measurement is very crucial. Try to adopt optical devices or optical biometers because it is much more accurate than immersion, and always go for the newer formulas. How do you maximize your outcomes? One is to optimize the lens constant that you're using, validate your measurements, do it yourself or be at least a part of the process. Use extra time in counseling the patients and also stay informed about the latest development. So learning is a continuous process, and it should end only when your breath ends. And I would like to end by saying, using the right tool or having the right tool is important, but using it the right way is more important. Now all of us know how to choose the perfect IOL, but now and then you get these bouncers where the cornea heals very abnormally and you end up with a lot of astigmatism, even though you chose the perfect IOL.